Hey everyone, welcome to the Dad Challenge podcast. My name is Josh. Thanks for joining me here today. We're talking about a family I spoke about a few times in the past, not a ton since, but they've had a move, and so we gotta keep you updated on the Fizz fam. Let's go. So I've spoken about the Fizz fam before. It's one of those families that exploits their teenage daughter. Like, she brings all the people to the channel, and the mom is gross. The dad is the stepdad, bio dad, whatever, is really weird, like creepy weird. Like, go watch my other videos on them is what I'm telling you, so you can catch up on what these people are all about. But basically, they globetrot. Their kids aren't in school. Their kids can't read. Basically, the kids are not educated properly. They go to Mexico. They're in Costa Rica. They're everywhere. Everywhere but London. Everywhere but the UK, where Maya's dad lives. And so we talked a little bit about that before, about some of these families like the LeBrants, like the Weiss Life, like the Fizz fam, where there's a bio dad that sits on the outside who kind of doesn't have a say in the life. And so that's what really drew me to this, because it's a really sad story. But this family, there's some weirdness going on because of the way that they just travel all over the world, and they're very secretive about why they do it. And again, the one most detrimental thing on this channel, besides the exploitation, is the fact that these kids are super uneducated and are very unsafe. A lot of time they live in countries that are very unsafe too, and for long periods of time. And like, they go visa by visa by visa, then they move. They don't tell you the truth. And again, the truth will come out eventually, obviously. But there's been speculation on the threads about law and everything else. I mean, go read them yourself. I'm not going to tell them here because I don't have any concrete evidence of that. The only concrete evidence I have is that they absolutely exploit their kids, and that Mia has a dad that she can't see anymore. And that's all because the mom. So let's watch this video together. Some people were like, you got to watch this. It's very interesting. So let's break it down. Let's see what happened. More like family piz. Just kidding. Just the parents.
What's good, Fizz fam? How's it going? So we are obviously back here in the UK with...
Obviously. He's got his shirt on. So they're back in the UK, and I'm not allowed to say a lot about the other, I'm not really going to talk about anything else besides this family, but not everybody knew that they were back.
We're getting all settled, really enjoying it. But loads of you guys want to know what our plans are, and you've been asking us an absolute ton of...
Are you going back to Costa Rica? How long are you in England for? What happened to all your things in Costa Rica? Why do you exploit your children for money? Do you feel bad about being douchebags? Someone wrote that. Did you have a question for the Fizz? No, I'll ask. No, go ahead. No, I'm not going to ask it. Why? No, you're silly. Just go decorate your trailer. Bye. Not asking that question. But okay, let's go.
Questions, and we have a lot to say. This is a decision.
Okay there, Wish Chris Tomlin. Only the Christians will get that one. I don't like this guy at all. Zero like this guy.
What we've made over a long time to come back to the UK. We were always planning it, like we wanted to travel back here for a trip, and we were waiting for the right time to be able to do that.
So like, do they have a house in England as well? This family has made millions of dollars off YouTube.
But then simultaneously, we have been dealing with a lot of issues while we've been in Costa Rica as well. Yeah. And we've been having like family meetings about them. We've been trying to figure out what is the best decision for us.
And then with some of the issues...
They're missing a kid or something too, I think. 2 kids or something.
We've been having, there's been times where we've been dealing with them, and then we've like kind of solved them technically, and then everything's been going good, and then they keep like happening again, which we'll go in more detail.
Reoccurring issues.
Yeah. So it wasn't like during Costa Rica there wasn't like 100% ongoing issues. They just...
I wish I could say more about the absolute depravity of this mom. I need you guys to trust me though, that she is probably one of the most disgusting, and she looks so innocent and normal, but of all the people I cover, like, I need you to trust me on how absolutely disgusting she is, okay? Just wanted to say that. Trust me.
Kept popping up now and then, but yeah, we'll explain.
But they were serious enough for us to...
So they're like, it's popping up here and there, but he's like, no, it's dead serious enough that we had to leave the country. But it's okay, it is what it is.
Have to really keep evaluating whether we were making the right decision to decide to live there or not. And so, as of this moment right now...
Did you get kicked out of Costa Rica, Fizz family? What'd you do? Come on.
We've decided that we may very well not go back. So in this video, we're going to explain why.
So I think we've mentioned...
Okay, buddy. Chill on the hat. All right, man? You're like 50. Relax.
This in the video when
we flew into Storm Eunice.
We were leaving Costa Rica, but there's been loads of exciting things that we've wanted to do back in the UK.
Yeah, you sound super excited. Again, being back in the UK is going to probably be problematic for her. That's all I can say.
One of the main reasons why I wanted to come back to the UK is because I need to have some really important surgery, and I wasn't able to have it in Costa Rica, but I'm going to make a video all about that.
I'm sure you will.
I had my consultation the other day, and I'm just waiting to get some confirmation back about that consultation from the surgeon, and then I'm going to make the video when it's more like set in stone. And then you've got some exciting plans, haven't you?
I am going to be getting my driver's license. Well, I'm going to be doing the driver's test.
Good luck. You need to know how to read, and I'm not making fun of her, guys. I'm telling you, these kids are so severely uneducated that I'm not even sure she'll be able to pass this test or read it or understand it. Like, I think she's close to 17 now, I think, and is probably I'm not even kidding you, the education level of maybe 5th grade.
No, that's good for you.
Yes, I'm completely optimistic, and I'm sure that I'm going to pass it.
Oh,
I downloaded, remember you sent me a text to download the app? I just downloaded it, and I was doing the questions. And
I know why. Do you know what reminded her? We went into the works, and we get loads of stationery and homeschooling things.
And then I saw there were driving test books.
And she was like, I'm going to download it. I mean, why don't you get yourself a book as well, thinking about it?
Yeah.
Okay, kid, this is not important. Garbage.
What I did, this is a side note now, but...
Yeah, it is a side note. Tiny Tim or whatever, this guy needs definitely more carbs.
What I did, I literally just, it was a
Literally.
CD-ROM.
Are you guys related to Ellie Dobby? I should do more videos on her, shouldn't I?
In those days.
It looks like a Tim Burton character that's made out of clay.
Yeah, you make it so sad.
You're funny.
I just did it on repeat, and then there was only 35 questions in the theory test in those days as well. But so I got
35. They're saying 30 with an F. 35.
Got 35 out of 35, and then it even gave me a couple of bonus questions after, where it was like,
I don't care. This little girl, I don't know how old she is, but I think she has spent less time in England her whole life than anywhere else. They've been traveling basically her whole life. So it's your home country, sure, but she doesn't, like, these kids don't. This is the one thing that bugged me about the Fizz fam the most, is that these kids have no stability whatsoever in their life. They've moved. They can't keep friends. They make friends in new countries and then they leave. And then they come back and they go to another country, then they make new friends and leave. They don't get education and can't imagine the schooling, because these parents are just vlogging every single day and they're dumb themselves. So it's the nomad culture that they have taken into in their YouTube channel, and their whole journey has been about traveling. But in the end, the kids are the ones that can't have established relationships. And take it from somebody who's moved over 30 times in his life. That is really tough on kids. That's probably why I'm so social, because everywhere I moved, I had to make new friends. Like every year. I don't remember ever staying in one place, let me think for a second, after my mom's divorce for more than a year. Not kidding. I was in every time I switched a grade, it was in a different school. Every single time. Often twice. So it's very rare that I ever stayed in one, especially an apartment or a place with my mom. We would always either get kicked out or whatever, evicted, or, you know, at some points she'd be fighting. And my story's coming up soon. I'm almost at 100,000. You guys are going to hear a lot about my story. But I've moved so many times and I've had to meet so many people that it became natural to me. And now I'm a person that absolutely can't settle down. I have to do something every once in a while. And that's really sad, because I want my kids to have the foundation of, like, that I didn't get. And so we try our best to do that. But we are leaving this city as soon as Kathy's finished school. up in the air where we're going. But once we do make that decision, I don't think I want to move from there ever again. I'm going to try my best to find a place where we will be very happy. But all that to say, these kids are absolutely suffering because of the lifestyle their parents are forcing them to be in.
People usually have a holiday away from the home country, but like we're having like one to
In
our
the
home
home
country.
country,
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so obviously introducing Koa to the family as well, because obviously
that's a
as
big one.
everyone knows, 2020 was pretty insane, wasn't it? So we weren't able to really see people properly.
And then of course,
I don't know what that means.
it's like what Sienna mentioned, there's like loads of fun stuff that is in UK which you can't get in Costa Rica.
Like what? Look, I've been to London. It's really nice. It's expensive as shit. But what? UK, I know I have a lot of fans in the UK and I love you guys. And I loved London. I'd love to come to the UK, but what? What's fun? It's like Canada. It's boring. Okay? Your houses are tiny. The Queen seems nice though. You gonna go see the Queen? I would give my left nut to meet Queen Elizabeth. Something to, you know, but the one thing I'm most sad about England is that I don't think I'm ever gonna get a chance to actually meet Queen Elizabeth. Like I'm losing hope that I'm gonna meet her. Damn it. I watched The Crown for nothing.
So like it's been really fun.
Loads of cups of tea.
No, not that. Like all of the fun stuff.
Really?
Like,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You can smell the sandwich meat. Go to that place. Micah.
So you guys,
Legoland. I really want to go to
Like-
Legoland. In UK, okay.
we're probably going to cover some of this later on. One of the
Yeah.
reasons why. But
You're 10 minutes in the video!
So here's like all the reasons, starting with the biggest one about what was an ongoing thing for us in Costa Rica. And can you guys remember when we stopped vlogging for 2
Spelled stopped wrong.
months? It was like March till May 2021.
Yeah, people were asking me, why did they stop vlogging? Guess we're going to find out.
We didn't vlog at all, barely did any stories, and obviously we let you guys know on Instagram stories that the babies had a skin rash, and we just weren't going to be filming while they were suffering with that. It was
Well, kudos to you guys for not exploiting your baby's skin rash for money. But something tells me that it was bad. And it was probably likely caused by them. I'm not saying it's their fault that the babies had skin rash, but likely their lifestyle, right? I know it's about mold or whatever. But honestly, I'm happy they didn't. But at the same time, it actually makes me more scared because of how bad that probably actually was then.
genuine suffering. It was
I
really...
can't even remember saying that though. I felt like we just went completely quiet because we felt so like.
No, you did say it was...
disheartened.
Yeah, we were really sad about it,
Yeah.
obviously. We were really sad
really
about
sad and
it.
confused.
We were just like, what do we do here? Because everything felt so amazing. It was like, it felt like it all fell into place. We were so excited about being there. We had that new, like, you know, honeymoon period of it just being amazing and everything being incredible. And then it was like, we got there the beginning of February, and it was only like by, I don't know, a couple of weeks after being there, then everyone.
No, it was after like 6 weeks of being there. It first happened to Karma. We first noticing this.
Oh yeah, their kid's name is Karma. One of their kids is named Karma. Yeah.
But at first, it was about 6 weeks, Darren,
Right.
after being there.
Hey!
Well, I know...
Or was it 4 weeks after?
Holy shit! Doesn't matter! There was a period of time that passed. Then we all got this skin disease.
Because somebody noticed it on the babies, and we were just thought, like...
Somebody noticed it on the babies. So people watching their channel noticed it on their babies and made them aware of it before they did, because they don't watch their kids.
It would just go, because we just thought like babies do get like rashes and things.
Yeah.
And we just
Also, we
thought it
knew
would go.
there'd be, obviously, there's different bacteria in different countries.
Yeah.
So, like, everybody's aware of staph. When we went to Sri Lanka before, we got, like, some different staph, and you get some little scabs. But this was, like, this was on a different level.
Yeah.
Clearly, you stopped vlogging. Like your kids had leprosy. That's how bad it had to be for them to stop making money and not exploit their kids, because most family vloggers would absolutely take that as an opportunity to exploit their kids.
On a different level, and it was really, really horrible. And, like, we thought, right, obviously the body's a self-healing organism. We did use every treatment that we could
Guaranteed these people are not vaccinated.
possibly learn about while we're there, including things what like the locals use, which that was surprising me that even the locals still have this as an ongoing issue.
And like,
because I thought, how are they not adapted to
and
it?
it was
If they
the
live
locals
there, or born there?
Oh my
it was,
God.
we got,
You guys are bad at this.
got given lots of different things and advice.
Imagine just being able to turn a camera on and make a couple $100,000 by sitting and just ignoring and just interrupting each other and talking bullshit for half an hour. Mind blowing.
Ringworm, something called ringworm.
You got ringworm. Is a common infection of the skin and nails that is caused by fungus. The infection is called ringworm because it can cause itchy red circular rash. Ringworm is also called tinea or dermaphytosis. Got it. The different types of ringworm are usually named for the location of the infection of the body.
But it's not a worm.
But it's not actually a worm, it's a fungus which lives on the skin. And the reason they
Why do they call it a worm?
call it ringworm is because one of the symptoms of it is that you can have like a ring mark on your
Makes
skin.
like a circle
Wow.
thing. I feel like because we have more of an awareness, we can deal with things, like we know what's going on. But for poor little Co, I think how young he was when this was first happening to him in the beginning of 2021. Yeah, he was only a year old, and he was having to go through this where like his skin would stick to the sheet in the bed because it's just open. It makes me want to cry just thinking about it. It was it was really horrible.
Hey, you took your kids to a third world country where this shit exists.
And we were
like, right, we're being advised on how to treat this. We're doing everything what the locals are telling us to do, and we're treating him and we're giving him...
You're not a local though. So again, these people have grown up in this climate, with these diseases. They've been exposed to them from a young age. They probably have natural immunity to that stuff. You guys are coming from all over the world with different diseases during a pandemic, by the way. They're traveling, all that kind of stuff. And again, I don't know if they're vaccinated. It sounds like they weren't, but it's really sad that this is what their kids have to go through because their parents are selfish.
As much rest as possible. We're like, we're not doing any work. Yeah. We're just stopping, and we're helping both babies get better.
Oh, you stopped your vlog to save your babies. You guys should get an award for that. Would you like a trophy or a cookie or something?
Worst on Co-op, I assume, because he doesn't have as much of an immune system and as much of like he hasn't developed.
It was so bad.
Were you going to say he has been vaccinated? I hope these people vaccinate your children. Look, guys, you know that I'm vaccinated. I'm pro-vaccine. I think vaccines work. I'm anti-mandate. But there are a lot of people out there who will not vaccinate their children against anything. Okay? Don't do that. Vaccinate your children. Just not for COVID.
Against these types of bacteria.
And I was breastfeeding him at the time, and because it was so uncomfortable for him, he'd be up all night, which meant I was up all night, and then
Cusack music. Were you up all night? Yeah. Because you had to wake up in the morning for your job. Finn, no, you don't have jobs. This is your job. Sorry. Sucks to be you, but this is what you chose.
The Co and Calm are better now. When we just got...
They literally talked for 10 minutes about ringworm. Okay, we got it. You got ringworm.
Another tiny thing was just the fact that any of the things that we had to do, like for instance, if they wanted a women's hairdressers, that was 5 hours there, 5 hours back.
So you moved to a place where you had to take your kids 5 hours to get their hair done, 5 hours back. Okay, you moved there. Okay. Did you not research anything before you moved there?
Very remote, and the only stuff...
You moved to a remote place in Costa Rica? That seems really unsafe. Why?
Like, the beach is amazing, but...
Oh my God!
Yeah.
I still love the beach, and I still want to... And you said to me how you're just a bit worried about your future, that you're just going to be stuck there.
And it's a bit sleepy, relaxed. Because I can remember we were in the kitchen when we were eating dinner, and you just sat down and you were just like, you were like frustrated. Yeah.
Like a teenager? Yeah. That's what teenagers do. Welcome.
And I said to her, I was like, but you've got loads of friends, like you've got all friends here, and like you get to go to the beach with them, and you get...
Okay, the beach is great, everybody. But again, you go to the beach every single day of your life. You get sand everywhere. It's too much sand.
I feel like there's something... I don't know if you want to speak about this or not. Tell me if you don't want to talk about it, and then we won't include it in the video, obviously. But I feel like there was something more serious. What concerned us as well is the amount of times Mia would come home and say how she feels uncomfortable, how men are looking at her.
And okay, but Mia's not uncomfortable with how men look at her on the internet. I guess because she doesn't see them. But Mia, like, and family, you guys know this, that we broke down their analytics because they have a teenage daughter. Their analytics spiked in the male category, adult males, because of Mia and their other daughters. So yeah, I get that. And that if she's uncomfortable, then of course you protect your daughter, but they're not protecting their daughter. Well, not his daughter. They're not protecting her by putting her online for the last 10 years either. So that's kind of hypocritical.
She said because she's like blonde haired person and there wasn't many blonde haired people there was like a thing of where, because you spoke to your friends about it.
Yeah, it's not just that I'm blonde haired as well, that I think that definitely adds to it, but just like it is a Latin American country, and yeah, it's definitely like one of the safest ones, but still it's okay in like if in
they're speaking in riddles. They're not saying what they mean to be saying. There's something that they should be saying, and they're not saying it. Mia dresses provocatively for a young lady a lot, and maybe they don't want to say that. I don't know, because they don't want to offend the Costa Ricans. I don't know. But yes, she's blonde hair, blue-eyed, and she is in a country where she's probably stands out. But she also dresses very provocatively, which they don't want to say for some reason. I don't know why, because every teenager where I live dressed like that. So I'm not sure why they're avoiding the issue, but let's hear if she says it.
That's in areas, but I want to explore and be independent, and I have to go, like, I want to be able to go wherever I want and not have to feel like I have to have like my parents with me.
Okay, so so you're saying Costa Rica's safe, but it's not safe. So these parents move their kids out to a place that's not safe to go anywhere by themselves, right? So that's, again, one more thing on these people to be like, well, let's just go here. Why would you move your children to a dangerous country? She's like almost 17. She can't get out by herself because she's scared of what's going to happen. Why would you take your kids there? But they don't belong there. Do you know what I mean? Like, they will stand out. They're wealthy. I'm not saying Costa Rica is I'm sure it's dangerous. They're admitting it. I don't know. They're admitting it that it's dangerous. She can't go out by herself without a person to be there with her.
The time, obviously. That's not always the best idea, and it's like sometimes you just feel uncomfortable, especially as like a female in those countries. Like it is like a known thing, like even in like the tourist guidebooks, that like it's
what
not.
What
I think in like the Lonely Planet books, they do say when you go to Costa Rica, it's relatively really safe for females. But
yeah,
be
like,
warned,
I'm not saying it's not. I'm
but
not
it
saying
says
it's
that
dangerous then. No, but
but
I'm saying it feels sometimes uncomfortable, especially because of how like.
No, it says that.
Look what they're not saying it. You dress provocatively and do what you got to do if your parents are whatever. I'm just saying that's the problem. And it's not Mia's fault, right? Her parents aren't protecting her, but it's not her fault. Men in different countries, and again, it's just the way it is. And so they're not saying the thing, and I wonder why.
Like men catcall it.
Yeah,
in the
very
Lonely
common
Planet
thing
guidebook,
there.
it says that you can get catcalled, which, maybe that doesn't sound super serious, but actually, like, if you're walking down the street and
Well,
like
it's
men are
not a nice
whistling or shouting
experience
stuff
to
at you,
go
it
through.
actually is like quite like.
But for a 17-year-old
Can somebody just speak, please? One person, please speak.
as well.
that's what I'm
that's
saying.
It doesn't just.
intense.
I have
it's
friends
intense.
One at a time, please. One. Jeez. These people give me an ulcer.
like when I was there, I had friends who were older than me and younger than me, and some of my friends were like 14, and it would happen to them as well. Literally 14, it would be like old men. So
obviously that was concerning.
very
That's when-
weird.
That's concerning you. So let me stop you guys there. This is a pretty big deal right now. It concerns you that men are catcalling to your daughter where you live. That's concerning. And I would agree with you on that. But you also know that you're putting your kids out there on the internet. And there's probably thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of men just like that consuming the content with your daughters in it. What a hypocrite. If you can't see that, oh my gosh, you're probably even more dangerous because you're exposing her to hundreds and millions of men.
When Mia's coming home and telling us that, so it's like another thing to add to the list, It's like obviously the skin thing was the most significant thing, but then it was just like these other little things, and it's not to say there weren't like a ton of pros.
It was really great, except for, we were scared our daughter was going to get killed and stuff. But otherwise, it was great.
About the place, absolute ton of pros.
Which is like widely.
It was like literally going to paradise, but then it was just slowly these things where it's
That doesn't sound like paradise to me. Okay, ringworm and sand in your ass crack and men hitting on your young daughter. Yeah, that sounds like paradise. Waves crashing.
Like, hang on, there's more to life than just beautiful beaches and sunshine, when there's these things what we're really concerned about as well going on simultaneously. So we're having to really make decisions.
Ringworm is treatable, so this, I'm telling you, it's because there was something dangerous going on. She might have been targeted. Okay, I'm going to make an assumption. This might not be true. Something went down with Mia. Okay, something happened, and they do not want to tell the internet what happened, because then it would prove my point and other people's point that call them out, that this life that they're leading is very, very, very dangerous for their children. I bet there has been so many family vloggers out there that have received private messages that are really inappropriate, disgusting things sent to their inbox, to their children's inbox, and all that kind of stuff. Guarantee you they will never tell you, because they don't want to tell you, because they don't want to show you guys how dangerous it actually is. And so they just bury it, which is really, really scary.
And it's only like now that we've got to the UK and we're finally able to really evaluate.
No, but one thing that did prompt us to reevaluate was, obviously we've been in the process of building our dream house there, and it kept getting delayed and delayed and delayed, and like we were planning to.
They were building a dream house in Costa Rica. Holy crap! Damn. Money!
Be living in our dream house
before Christmas.
Yeah. And then suddenly we found out, like, because we wanted to build an eco house, and we wanted to have all solar panels on it. We wanted to have.
Holy shit! That's the house they were gonna build. YouTube. This is what exploitation buys you guys. This is why they do it. They will never stop, because that's what you get. Who wouldn't? Okay, it would take a very strong, independently smart person to not fall into that. If the money was rolling in like it would, who wouldn't? But in the end, now we have hindsight. We have a little bit more hindsight now. So a lot more people won't start, which is great. But that's what it gets you. Holy.
Like non-toxic paint and all these materials, and like we were actually like really thinking about it being like a really sustainable build. The builder who was originally working with us, he said, guys, I can't do this. I'm going to pass you on to some other builders and architects who will really be able to help you, and they'll know what they're doing. And because we made that switch, it then caused a huge, massive delay in the house build, which we just weren't prepared for. So we were like renting a house there for a year, and we were happy to rent for that place.
Well, no, hang on. Side note on that note as well. It's literally more expensive than Dubai to live there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they lived in Dubai. Oh my cow! It's more expensive to live in Costa Rica than Dubai. I guess if you live on the beach. But they said they lived remotely too. That seems weird.
Yeah.
So yeah, we were renting and it was Scott.
Man, I would pay to read a book about their life and the secrets that this family hides. There is so much shit that they keep hidden from the world. Eventually, hopefully it'll come out. Maybe Mia will write a book or something. But these people have lived in Dubai. They lived in Mexico. I think they lived in, I can't even tell you how many places. There's so many places. And it's always under the weirdest circumstances that they leave. So oh man, the secrets that this family has.
So we never planned that, and guys, we could have gone with an easier to build house if we wanted, but we wanted to do like this eco dream house, you know.
Well,
okay.
And we're spending that money that we've worked for, and it's like our dream house, and like,
and then
we want to get it exactly how we want it.
Yeah, and then when we found out it's probably actually going to be another year on it, and we were like, what, we're going to have to wait another year?
You have to wait another year? For your dream house made with non-toxic paint. Hot tubs and pools on the beach with windows. You guys, it's so sad for you. Finn, piss off.
That kind of made me feel really disheartened. I was like, I wasn't planning on being in this house for another year, because bear in mind, the whole time when we're renting, it's very expensive. We didn't feel like we could go off and travel, because like we're paying for that place as well. So I was like, what, we're gonna be
camp for the year? Let's get a tent, set it up, man, get a trailer or something.
Stuck in.
Maybe if you didn't want to live in the lap of luxury, you could have afforded something a little bit smaller. Again, you guys live in the lap of luxury. You travel all over the world. You spend every penny you have. Your kids are going to have nothing because family vlogging is like, everybody sees it. What are you going to do next? What are you going to do?
His house for like another year on that when I thought we were going to be in our dream house. And then on top of that...
Oh my God, just the freaking words. There's so much talking.
While that was going on, I was just accepting it. I was like, right, you know, just be grateful, everything's good.
We were trying, we were really...
Were you trying to be grateful? Okay.
Traveling.
Yeah.
Yeah,
when we're in new places.
like when we're doing something...
They travel because it makes them the most money in their videos. But moving back to England is actually quite a big deal for a family that travel the world and live in different places. Again, the secrets that this family has, I mark my words, will come out eventually, and they're deep and dark. And something went down or multiple things went down because they've lived abroad for most of their children's lives. Okay, since, well, not Mia's life, but I think for the last 5 or 6 years, 7 years at minimum. Okay, and even their younger kids don't even know England. So there's something because they know their money comes from being a traveling family and everything else. To move back to England, something is going on. Like maybe something's going on in England with like legal things, possibly, is what I'm saying. I don't know. But for them to move back is actually a big deal.
Because that's when we feel our best.
Yeah.
That's when we're having the most fun and the most...
So she just said we're traveling abroad doing videos is when we feel our best. So why are you back in England?
Like...
What's the surgery?
Coming to the UK has got some really like important things here. And then seeing family, like we're going to make memories here, which is really weird because it's the place we're from, but we're coming...
Maya's face just changed when she said that, by the way. Seeing family. Look at her face change. They're going to see family. But is Maya going to get to see her father, who wants to see her? Who wants to be in her life?
Back and like...
So let's see what the future holds. Click subscribe
I'm sorry
if you're
for
new.
waffling. I'm sorry, guys.
That was garbage. So basically one of the most privileged families on YouTube made millions of dollars, going to build their dream house with like paint made out of ashes of the deceased. I don't know what was going on with that. But they're very privileged and they're very, very complaining about their privileged life. But being back in England is a big deal. Something is up. And seeing family, all that stuff, and surgery. I don't know what kind of surgery it is, if it's teeth or eyes, I don't know. Could be boobs, could be, I don't know. These family vloggers, moms, all they really care about is looking like each other. So maybe she's going to see Ellie Darby's doctor. But it's really interesting. Maybe another reason they could have went back to England is because England has social medicine like Canada, and she gets that surgery for free, which otherwise would cost maybe hundreds of thousands elsewhere, depending what she's doing. So it could be a medical thing too, could be. But it speaks volumes when they say our favorite thing is not being in England, but here we are, we're moving back to England. So that's why I'm thinking there's something deeper going on here with this. It's not that interesting. These people are really, really boring. But I honestly believe that the Costa Rica thing with Mia was something big. They are not telling you what happened. They were off for 2 months. They said it was ringworm. Maybe it was. You know, but I have an inkling that something bigger went down and they don't want anybody to know about it. And this happens to a lot of family vloggers, by the way, a lot. They're targets. These kids are targets, whether you want to believe it or not. They're targets. You go on anybody like Maya Knight's page, you go on any family vlogger's page, TikTok, there's always inappropriate comments. Have you ever been on one of these family vloggers' Instagram, child's Instagram pages, which is stupid. I don't know why they have Instagram, but some of the comments that these people make on these pages are absolutely disgusting and the parents don't delete them. Because they don't have time. And there are creepers out there and they are targets. These people are targets. So again, the secrets that the Fizz family have are just deep and dark. I guarantee it. So anyway, that's kind of what's going on with Fizz family. Boring, whatever. Sorry it was such a garbage video. Whatever. Take a deep breath. Hope you guys have an amazing day. Don't ever forget your value and your worth. And I will see you tomorrow.